We are here at Sunda and I'm here with Billy Deck and I'm so excited because it is 10 a.m. guys and I have all of this amazing food in front of me and I'm at my favorite place to be at Sunda. How are you?
Thanks so much for coming. You have a lot of work to do. This is a big breakfast, but breakfast of champions. So you are set at your favorite place. We've got all your favorite dishes. Yeah, hi, I'm Billy Deck. I'm the CEO and founder of Sunda New Asian. We opened in Chicago 15 years ago. Then we moved and opened a new location, our second in Nashville 8 years ago. And then we opened our third location in Tampa 7 months ago, about. And the reason I said the more recent date is we just opened up in the meatpacking district a couple months ago in Chicago, which was our fourth location.
Tell us though, the birthing of Sunda. How did this magic happen? Because I'm in here all the time, I eat here all the time, I love it, and there's just a magic in here. I'm not gonna lie, I've heard it from everybody, I know it. Tell us, why is there magic in here and how was Sunda birthed? Tell us the origin of Sunda.
Well, thank you, first of all. We opened Sunda 15 years ago in Chicago, where I was born and raised, in a Filipino-American family, always going back to the islands of the Philippines to visit our family throughout my lifetime since I was a kid. And when you do that, you stop in Beijing, Hong Kong, Tokyo, South Korea to get to the Philippines, and then you hop around all the different cities. And so we had always had exposure to all these Southeast Asian beautiful countries and cultures and culinary backgrounds. And just growing up in Chicago, it wasn't always celebrated back then until I became an adult and began to miss it tremendously, miss the food of my grandmother and all my aunts and uncles from the Philippines. And I really wanted to, after opening nightclubs, restaurants, and bars, one day open up this New Asian restaurant, an elevated, that's what New Asian is. It's a higher level of quality of ingredients, cooking styles, presentations, service standards, and we created Sunda, a way in which to celebrate all these different cultures and culinary from Southeast Asia, including Philippines.
That's amazing. And tell us a little bit about your background. Just tell us all about that. You sound very passionate about it. Your heart and soul is definitely in it. Like you said, you have a film, food roots coming out. So tell us all about that. Where's the inspiration behind it? I know people all have a heritage, but you sound very inspired.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to grow up with a family. My mom was an immigrant. My Lola, my grandma, came shortly thereafter with her, and I was raised by my Lola. So there's a very deep connection with the culture. And just throughout my life, the community has meant a lot to me. A lot of different things around, bullying prevention, cultural diversity, celebration of all sorts of different unique individuals has always been important. And one of the ways in which to do that is to embrace your own and to celebrate and learn more about it. Through my philanthropic work with different communities, I was appointed by the President of the United States in 2014 to be an advisor for all things Asian American Pacific Islander, and also serve on the White House Bullying Prevention Task Force. And I've always just strived to not only support different communities and support my own, but also help folks celebrate them, whether it's coming to our restaurant and celebrating all these diverse cultures throughout Southeast Asia at Sunda, or with this new documentary, Food Roots, where not only is it a deep dive going back to the islands of the Philippines to learn the recipes of my ancestors, to learn more about my heritage, culture, lineage, DNA, and to really understand more about myself and pass it on to future generations, but to inspire people no matter where you're from somewhere, your ancestors are from somewhere. They probably ate with their hands like ours did. They probably came together with food just like ours did. And if everyone could be inspired to go back to their roots to figure out what brought their family together, how they gathered ingredients, how they cooked their food, what those experiences and traditions were like, it would not only make everyone really comfortable in their own skin, learn more about the uniqueness of cultural diversity, but they'd be bringing much more colorful conversations to these dinner tables, to the playgrounds, to you name it. And I think it would just create for a much more beautiful world.
Tell us a little bit more about Food Roots, the filming and everything like that, and then where everybody can see it, and who you're involved with the Sunscreen Film Festival.
Yeah, so it's this awesome documentary that's a food crazy adventure. If you're a foodie or you're into travel, you're just into, hype, crazy adventure films, and we're literally going to the 7,641 islands in the Philippines on the other side of the globe, just on mountains and motorbikes and beaches and jeeps and boats and planes, trying to find different family members and elders to learn the recipes of my ancestors. And a lot unfolds, not just around food, but around culture and sort of family secrets and other things that really had an overwhelming effect on me, and I think it would have a similar effect for others. The film is going around all over the country, different film fests, total diverse audiences, and somehow everyone takes so much from it, and it's super emotional and awesome. And you can go to foodrootsfilm.com, and you can get all the listings of where it's playing and get tickets, and I hope you check it out. It's foodrootsfilm.com.
That's exciting, and we're excited.
Yes.
We're so excited. Now, we're going to get to this food portion because it's taunting me here, and I can't even. So go ahead and explain to us what is here, what Sunda has to offer, what you guys have to offer. Tell us about all of this goodness.
Okay, so there's so many great things here on the menu. It's very hard to pick 4 items, but we did. So first of all, our sushi bar is awesome. We love Japan and sushi and all the sorts of things that we've discovered on our travels, and it's just we're very lucky to have found such amazing talent here in Tampa, to combine with our head sushi chef in Nashville, who's from Tokyo. And so we have some selections of sushi dishes here on a boat, which you can just order to your table. It's Tale of Two Tunas, which is a spicy tuna and sort of an escalar on top. And then you have the Red Dragon, which has all sorts of things from, shrimp tempura, unagi sauce, tuna, tempura crumbles. You also have this Wagyu surf and turf, where it's lobster on the inside and Wagyu on the outside, which is really amazing. I also have this. It's from the Philippines. It's called lumpia. It's literally something that my grandma would make every week. You would also have it at parties and other things going on in the Philippines. And we used to have them as our after-school snack.
No
we
way.
We would roll them, and we would have after-school snacks.
What type of snack is that? That's amazing. Come on.
Well, I know. So it's like pork shrimp, vegetables, in a sort of a Chinese-inspired egg roll wrap, and then you have 2 sauces. You have a sweet and sour sauce, and then traditional vinaigrette garlic sauce. And yeah, we would just sort of roll them up after my Lola would be cutting all the ingredients throughout the day, and we would drop them in the fryer. Those were our sort of crispy after-school snacks, and
Wow.
and at every single birthday and holiday. Then you have sort of a mix, like I said, at Sunda, we take these items and we amp them up. So this one is a adobo braised pork belly, which is my mouth is watering, super delicious. And we put it in a Chinese bao bun with a slaw, like a salsa, and it's super fantastic. Sometimes I cheat and I'll even stick like a fried egg in there, and it just bursts all. It's like the best breakfast for dinner situation. But you can also get a Korean fried chicken version of that,
Wow.
or if you're a vegetarian, there's like an eggplant version of it. And then that is the coconut cheesecake, also in front of you, which is, I'm not a huge cheesecake fan, but that is the most amazing thing I've ever
How
tasted.
can you not? How can you not?
Yeah, it's so light, fluffy,
It's good,
and it's not
yeah.
even normal. I don't want to say it's like a mousse, but it's a coconut cheesecake,
Okay.
handmade, super delicious, in-house. Yeah.
That's amazing. Like I said, guys, I'm guilty of eating here all the time, so I know the food quality. It's good. It's addictive. I keep coming back. You guys need to come try it if you haven't. And even if you have been here, come back again.
Yes.
Again.
Say hi. Get to know the staff. They're awesome. All
They
the
are.
people.
And a shout out to everybody that I know at Sunda here. Like we said, everybody's so great. They're like family to me. So love you
Aw.
guys.
It's like your personal cheers.
It is. And then, so tell us about these cool cups here. So there's some ratings here, this is true facts, guys. So the best craft cocktails by the Marriott Traveler, correct. Best sushi, it doesn't lie, it's true. Very best restaurants by Thrillist, and then best Asian cuisine by USA Today. Guys, that is an honor. Come on, by USA Today to tell you best Asian cuisine, it's a true fact. So that is very cool with these cups too. So
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy? Unlike any single property or anything we own or anything I've ever heard of, this Sunda Midtown Tampa location has this really special wet license, they call it, where you can buy your drinks, your cocktails even, and then they can come in this great cylinder glass, and you can take them out and walk throughout the whole shopping center because the license allows you to do that. And that is amazing because the weather is amazing here, and you can have these frozen drinks. But as I have frozen drinks, I mean, yeah, it's like vacation.
You have to say something of your favorite. We need to know like what's.
Well, I just think there's certain drinks that are so delicious that I love, like the paired sake. It's been on our menu for 15 years. There's so many creative people in this organization, and they come up with all these great inventions. And then when you put something new on, you have to take something off. So for something to stay on the menu for 15 years says a lot. So it's this amazing sort of vodka pear sake situation with like this cinnamon Saigon rim, and it's got like this sort of bubbly sake to it. It's just awesome. And then there's a I don't know what else I like. I mean, the Sunda Old Fashioned's delicious. The Grass Tiger has a very great, like, hidden bit of heat. If some people like heat, it's got this sort of sweet heat. And yeah, there's so many different things. You have to. It's personal to everyone. That's why it's very hard. It's also personal to what kind of night you want to have.
Yes, that is true.
So last night I was just letting the bartender experiment, and I had this amazing, very small batch mezcal with a sort of pineapple situation. It was delicious.
Oh, that's yum.
There's a whole sake selection, which is really awesome. Your cold sakes and your Asian beers, super delicious, especially with this cracking down a boat of sushi. It's the best.
It is the best. But one thing that I do notice about Sunda is like some restaurants have like good food but not good drinks. You know, that's a true fact.
Yeah,
that's a true fact.
Or not
vice
good
versa.
desserts.
Or not, yes. Here, no lie, they have the best drinks, best food, and then best desserts. Like how could this is why you can't go wrong here, and it's kind of from personal experience. Like yes, it's a true fact, and you know it's true because like we said, other restaurants don't have like good cocktails, but the food's good, but or vice versa, like we said. So
yeah,
it's true. You know, you have to. It's true.
You know what? It's really hard to accomplish all these things at once, and we've had the benefit of 15 years to really get it right in some amazing cities like Chicago and Nashville. And you know, we were just working our way up to get it perfect for you all in Tampa. But you know, and we have amazing teammates. We just have amazing leaders, and it's really all about them. And their passion is just, as you know, like completely gushing. They're super sweet and talented, and they pour their lives into everything that we do, and we really just love it.
It's true, guys. Like we said, it's like their family here. It's really, you have to come experience it for yourself, definitely. And then I was going to ask you, how did like you created the whole menu yourself and all of that, like the creation of all of that? That's what I want to know, the menu, and then also how did the name Sunda come about?
So I've been traveling through Southeast Asia my whole life, and so is my business partner and executive chef, Mike Morales. We definitely come up with a lot of things, but it's a very collaborative experience because we invite all our chefs and a lot of our employees to bring ideas to the table, and we play with them for a long time until they're really, really right and they're a perfect 10 in order to knock something else off the menu.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough and rigorous process. And Sunda is just this word that I discovered in my travels throughout Southeast Asia, really having a tough time finding a name that equally celebrated all of Southeast Asia and not just Japan or not just China or not just Asia as a whole. And I was in this Asian Civilization Museum in Singapore, and this historian helped me find this word Sunda. And it essentially means, 10,000 years ago, during the Ice Age, when the glaciers melted, the water levels rose and sunk this southern east tip of Southeast Asia. It's still underwater today, but it created all these waterways and trading and all these things that we really celebrate here, where we're able to play with these individual countries and cultures, but then sort of mix and match and elevate all of it. And so the Sunda shelf is still down there, and the Sunda Strait speaks of waterways and other forms of action and activity that create life and sharing and all those other things. So that is where Sunda came from.
That is crazy. I have to ask you, because this is a personal question I want to ask you. Do you believe you write your own destiny? Because for Sunda to be born, your whole entrepreneurship, everything you've done, your success, I wanted to know, did you do it yourself, or do you think destiny, this was all written for you and then it found you? Like what you seek is seeking you. Tell us about that. Like what aspect?
Oh my gosh, that's so deep.
It is deep, but I need to.
I will tell you that I worked my way up in every position as a kid through restaurants and then eventually nightclubs and then back to restaurants. And I had to work a lot. But I also wouldn't change a thing because I learned so much through that. I also was fortunate enough to come across some really wonderful people, including my dad, that really made me understand the value of relationship building and making sure people know, like, and trust you and you are doing good things for your community, such that I think when you combine working your tail off as hard as possible 24/7 and educating yourself constantly. I went through law school, became a lawyer, went to Harvard Business School, keep learning today. I'm still trying to learn as much as I can. And never stop relationship building in the most aggressive way, taking care of people as best you can. I think all of that is an example of creating it yourself, but I think it also higher the probability that you are able to get around obstacles and challenges and walls that stop you or stop people from pursuing their dreams or maximizing their potential. And I think it opens doors and higher the probability that you will be surrounded by resources and solutions and shoulders to lean on and ears to cry to and advice to receive from so many great folks and help, So I don't know how to answer that question. I think it's a mix of doing a ton of work and putting in a lot of effort for all the right reasons. And then I believe maybe destiny begins to come about because the magic of other things begin to move in your direction because you've hired the probability of putting yourself in that position.
That's no, actually, I just see I was like, yes, that's absolutely right. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that.
Thank you.
You're right about that. I really like that. It just opened my mind a little bit too, and I was like, you're right.
I'm still
You're right.
I'm still on the journey. So I'm still on the journey. So I'm working through that in my head as we speak.
Wow. Of course, it's still on the journey. There's more to unfold. This is just the beginning. Do you have? Okay, last question. Really, last two questions. An ultimate dream that you haven't done yet? Because this is all dreams for you. But what is? Do you have something in your mind that you dream of that you haven't done yet?
Well, I first of all want to keep opening Sundas in great markets. And by the way, we're breaking this here. We just announced we're opening our next city. Will be Sunda, Detroit. Because Detroit's going through this whole amazing growth situation right now.
And tell us, sorry, real quick too. Also, why Tampa? Why did you choose Tampa? In that.
Oh, Sunda, Tampa. Well, because as I visited my family in the Philippines throughout my life, on my mom's side, whenever we visited my dad's side, they were in Tampa, in St. Petersburg. And so this has always been sort of like a second home. And it was, the weather's so much better than Chicago. And I'm just gravitating to Tampa quite a bit. I love the water.
Yeah.
I think, being in 7,641 islands of the Philippines and that being my roots, I feel the water calling me, and I just like being closer to it. And the people, there's a generational cultural relationship between Chicago and the Midwest to Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater for centuries. So it's, there's a cultural sort of relationship and fit.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So as far as dreams, opening more Sundas, I would like to maybe move here. And I also enjoy acting. So I would, I don't get time to do it as much, but I've been in some fun things and it really makes me happy, and I love storytelling and entertaining. So when I'm not doing that at Sunda, I enjoy doing that on TV and films, and if I can get more opportunities of that would be the dream answer.
Awesome, I love that. And then one last question we have for you. So we've seen some celebrities at I think which location? Maybe Sunda, Chicago. You
Sure.
like Ariana Grande, essentially Ariana, Lady Gaga, names like that, correct? Where were they at? Tell us about those encounters with Sunda.
Oh, there's a lot of people that go to Sunda.
I'm sure there's more names. I just two came to my mind. There's.
Yeah.
You tell me who else?
Who else? I mean, who do you like?
Who I like? Has Justin Bieber? I don't know. I'm just naming. Who else
Justin Bieber was at our location next door, the Underground. We were actually
No, see, okay.
We were actually having a fashion show, and he jumped up on stage and just like walked the runway and all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, there are a lot of celebrities that come through all our places, Sunda, Chicago especially. But when we opened Sunda Nashville, I didn't think there would be that many celebrities coming through it, but there's actually more. Because it's
Really?
Music City, there's more artists, more talent, more whatever, and they're there all the time, which is really interesting. And then in Tampa, it's been really fun. There's been this whole migration of folks moving from LA and New York to Florida. So you're getting a lot of sport, athletes, well-known athletes, and celebrity chefs and other sorts of folks, that you've seen, on TV, and it's fun to see them.
Any names? Name drop who's been in here?
Well, notice I haven't named one. I just kind of let you
Okay.
name them, and then I'll say, because we try to keep,
No,
we
I
try to,
understand.
yeah.
I understand.
But there's
Well,
some
that's
really
cool.
good
Let's
ones.
see. Okay, awesome. See, even Celebrity 20 here. Who doesn't? Well, thank you again so much. This all looks delicious, like we said, and good luck on your movie food routes and all of that and your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.